Thanks for joining me again. Today I'm reviewing my ride on the 2020 Santa Cruz Hightower that I had a chance to rent and ride on Sedona's infamous Hiline trail. I've heard about Hiline on tons of different YouTube videos. The infamy has just been built up for me. I was super happy with the Santa Cruz Hightower on this trail. In the early climbing section of Hiline, there were lots of technical rock rolls. I felt much more confident approaching them. It felt like it was my lack of skill that prevented me from getting up some of the rock rolls, rather than the machinery that I was on, like with the Ripley. Even though the reach was a little bit longer than I was thinking would be ideal for me, I found that I fit the Hightower really well. That made all the difference in the world. On this trail that requires a lot of technical climbing, technical descending, I really felt that the Hightower was there every time that I needed it. I found that the pedal up was not nearly as miserable as the Ripley on Hangover. I wasn't necessarily expecting Hiline to be a relatively mellow climb to the summit. There were some technical features here and there, but it really wasn't too bad. The single track getting to the summit was just incredible. It was along the edge of this really exposed mountain ridge that had incredible views of the different formations in Sedona. The downhill after the summit was incredible. It started off with a really flowy section, and I felt like I was held back more by my skills than anything else. I found on the downhill, the Hightower was confident, a little bit playful. On some of the rock drops, I was able to manual off of them, and I could do some hops and really attack some of the chunky rock sections and not be too worried about any consequences. Since this was my first time out at Hiline, and also I had no guide, I didn't really take any of the crazy alternate lines that some were obvious and some I've kind of seen on other videos. But if I had a guide, I feel like I would have been confident on the Hightower to attack some of those gnarlier lines. I really appreciated the confidence the Hightower gave me, especially on the infamous route on Hiline. The chute that is kind of really technical and a little bit overhung. I was really surprised how easy it was for me to just be able to charge down that and not be super concerned about the consequences. I felt like the Hightower was there exactly where I needed it, and I could just plunge through it with confidence.
Yeah! Woo!
There's a couple little rock features after the chute that a couple other riders had come along and were talking through it, and that was really helpful to get some of the good lines, and I was able to just charge through that with the Hightower. We also talked through this rock waterfall section at the end, but I wasn't quite feeling confident enough in my abilities to be able to tackle it. I feel like with a little bit more speed and definitely some more confidence, I could have just charged straight down that waterfall and been great. At the end of that waterfall, I went and parked my bike kind of on the edge of the trail and went and set up cameras and everything to record the next few lines. As I was going back up to get the bike, this big gust of wind came along, and I watched the bike I just had a sinking feeling in my stomach, like, oh no, what did I break? So I wandered down there, went and retrieved the bike, and thankfully, it was a miracle that there was nothing wrong with the bike. The GoPro was still attached, the mount was still good, the derailleur was still working as it should. After that, there was a few more rock technical features that I don't think I hit quite to their full capacity, but I was never worried about the bike holding me back from anything. It was all down to my confidence, which was a great change from on the Ripley.
Woo.
I feel like the Hightower is Great for riders like me who are the more aggressive trail riders who aren't necessarily concerned about losing pedal efficiency.
This is why we pay the price of admission. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for joining me today. I hope you got some value or at least entertainment out of my ramblings here. I really enjoyed the ride, and I was very happy to have a full suspension bike on Hiline. I hope you liked it. Remember, you are loved. See ya. Look at this.